record. All right. So now this is recording and this is streaming at the same time.
Okay. So we can like.
And then we'll go from there.
So we can upload to YouTube.
Yeah,
or
if it doesn't
whatever.
fuck up.
Hopefully it doesn't fuck up.
That's how every podcast should start out. Printer sounds.
How many did I print? Oh no, it's still printing the button. Whatever. It's done.
I'm old school. I like paper. Paper doesn't turn off and go black on you.
Yeah, right.
That sounded terrible.
I'm gonna piss before we start.
You already started, man. Hurry up, go. God, you're gonna be like Gavin here. The one guy Gavin always
You know
pisses.
what that means? I'm low key offended.
I don't remember the Twitch. Do I not have Twitch anymore? Did I get rid of my fucking Twitch? No, it's on here. Okay. No, I don't get. Ah, fuck me. Twitter, that's what I use. Actually, yeah, so come watch the new podcast. I can't remember. There goes hashtag.
Houston, that's me though.
The fuck was that?
Party over here.
What is that? The fuck is she doing? That's cringy as shit, bro. Hey, come watch a new podcast, Table Fighters, on Twitch. .tv / table, okay.
Yeah.
Table _ fighters. Twitch.tv / table fighters, right? Table _
Table _ fighters.
Yeah, that's it. Tweet. Cool. There. Now
What's
maybe
your
some,
Twitter? I'll follow it.
at official exotex. OFFICIAL. Yeah. Took me the longest time to realize I was
Is it?
spelling official wrong.
Oh,
Official EXOTEX.
EXOTEX.
Yeah.
Official?
Official first. Oh, right there. Oh. That purple one. That used to be the What's Up Today YouTube channel I used to have.
There we go.
I have 4 followers.
Followers.
Yeah, 4 followers. We have 1 viewer. It's you.
It's gonna take a minute. I'll be on Twitter. I'll promote the fuck out of it. Be a Twitter man. I got nothing
Blow it
to
up.
do tomorrow, so I'll just fucking
Blast it up.
follow everybody, get
And
some
start-
followers, and unfollow everybody.
Oh, what was I doing? Alright. I think we're officially ready. Oh!
Give me a paper, bitch.
Do you need paper? There's only 1 copy here, bro.
Oh.
You can pull it up.
What the fuck is that then?
Wait.
I got it on my phone. I got it.
I was saying you can pull it up through the Gmail. You can pull it up because where I sent you the picture on your phone. You get on your phone too. I just like the
Yeah,
paper.
I got it on my
I
fucking
think the paper is.
phone.
I'm not
Fuck
gonna be
your
like that.
paper.
Starting fucking table fights already. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Table Fighters podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please check us out on iTunes or Spotify. We'll eventually get there. I don't know when, because I got to figure out how to actually get on that.
We'll figure it out.
Because I know that it's not like YouTube where you just go on, you put it up and just load up. And you're like, fine. And no, it's like you have to go through a different service to put it up on
I don't
iTunes.
know the process. We'll figure it out though.
But in the future, if you're listening to this on the iTunes or Spotify, come see us on YouTube so you can see the whole video and the whole podcast in video form. I'm Jeff.
I'm Colton.
We do have a sponsor today, but they did not send me any kind of fucking ad read. They were supposed to, like, 2 days ago.
I mean, why do that?
Why? Yeah, why, so, we pull up their fucking... Maybe I have something in there about... Someone just spit something out randomly here. Alright. So today's sponsor is 5 Mountain Computer Repair. They are computer repair and electronic repair service, offering in-home and drop-off repair and setup and services. They fix everything. But my cousin actually runs it. He fixes computers. He fixes laptops. He fixes. I think to an extent they work on iPhones. They don't do like. They won't do like master repairs because you have to go through it's
Actual,
it's
Apple
so much money that you
services
can
and shit.
you can fuck up. Like
Yeah.
computers, just you take it apart.
A lot easier.
They do have a number that you can call if you have any questions about anything. The number is 570-550-4234. I'm pretty sure you press 1 that if you're out of the state, though, right? 1 is not 1 to get back here, right? It's like 1.
Do you have?
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
I don't know.
I haven't.
I'm not
I
gonna
haven't
say
had.
yeah, I was like a jackass. I don't know.
They are based off in Shikshenny, PA, or Berwick, Pennsylvania. Somewhere. Why does it say Shikshenny, PA, and Berwick, Pennsylvania? That's 2 different fucking
They're
places.
just not even. They're like,
Alright.
whatever.
They have so far I think they have 4.2 out of 5 stars.
Solid.
What's the bad star? I want to see what the bad star is now. Nothing.
Oh, don't
1
do 'em
star.
dirty.
That's it. They didn't leave any
Don't do them
comment.
dirty.
So no, I was just curious. Like who wrote them bad? Everybody's 5 stars except for one person.
Just ruined all potential
ruined-
sponsors.
Fuck. So the first, I got liked by somebody on fucking Twitter. Evidently, okay. So the first review that we got here is from Josh Bacon. He says, Anthony and Spencer are great guys. They really know what they're talking about, and they are awesome at what they do. Keep them in mind for your all your IT services. Everybody else says 5 stars, and they don't give a shit. They're not rating anything down. Why does nobody review anything anymore? Why does reviews?
5 stars though?
Yeah, they have like everybody's at 5 stars. There's just one person that doesn't. I swear to God, it's probably one of those people that's their friends. It's probably like fuck you.
Yeah, probably.
I had a good post I was gonna read off before. I can't find it. Oh, he says their first post reads, which I probably should start off with. It says, "You got problems, you got solutions. Shoot us a message, email, or call us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don't know what's wrong? Let us take a look." And then they have their base operation. I think they go through mostly through Facebook.
Okay.
You can call and you can go on.
Yeah.
But they mostly go through Facebook. Now, hopefully, I'm gonna fucking kick him. Let's kick him in the ass. Next week we'll have a legit ad read, and it won't be
yeah.
busting my ass trying to figure out what the fuck to
Some
do.
last minute thing. Hey, it works though.
It works though. All right, so these podcasts tend to probably go an hour long, start to finish. Give or take, give or take a few minutes because you can never.
I'm not gonna strictly set an hour cut off,
Normally, there's going to be me, Colton, and another person that's going to change all the fucking time. Next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I believe, Derek, unless he decides that he can't make it for some reason. Cause
Okay.
Derek is the best person for like trying to rely on for something.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had these plans the one day to like actually go out and do something, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll text you." Nah, it's like a week, and then like a week later, he texts me, goes, "Oh, sorry, bro, I forgot the text." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I think I texted him back 3 or 4 times in the whole period." We just, then my best friend Xavier will be coming over pretty soon. He was going to be here today, but he's not feeling well, so he wasn't able to make it today. So the first thing I want to talk about in the first episode of the podcast is because you're 23, I'm 26, so it's a 3 years difference, which isn't a lot, but it is compared to what years we were born. Because you went from, in the early 80s, didn't really have any much internet anywhere,
Right.
to early to mid '90s when almost everybody was hearing about the internet, but nobody really had it.
Right.
As I remember, back in '98, 97, 98,
Mm-hmm.
when I was 5 or 6. Yeah, 5,
5.
5 or 6, yeah, 7 or 8, yeah.
Around there.
That the internet was a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you remember seeing all the AOL commercials, and I wanted the first topic of the podcast to be about our earliest memories with being on the internet and what we remember as to what it is now, compared to how it's changed so much in the past 26 years.
Seriously,
That
it has, and it's like, I mean, now everybody, like my 11-year-old sister has an iPad, an iPhone, like access to all of it. When I was her age, I think we had like dial-up.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
that was the
you
first
know,
thing. Then
like-
it took 5 minutes to actually start it up.
Just to get online, yeah.
You could not be on the computer and the phone at the same time,
Right,
unless you
yeah.
had an additional phone line, which most people did
Most
because they
didn't.
charged like a shit ton of money
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
I think the first computer we had the 95, Windows 95 on it.
I don't even remember.
Because that's what I'm saying though. It's
Like,
because
I can't remember a time when we didn't have internet.
that's the thing though.
like-
Like I remember growing up not having internet because I had an Xbox,
Yeah.
I had a PlayStation and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I gotta say probably when I'm gonna date myself wrong here, but when I was 4 or 5, 6, somewhere around there,
Mm-hmm.
we lived. Back then, my parents and I lived with my grandparents because they had this fucking huge house.
Right, right.
They had essentially a double block that was stacked.
Okay.
That my grandfather had. Originally, was just the bottom part. He built the top part on top of it and
Oh,
everything.
shit. Wow.
So we lived there until we moved in the house that we were in across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that we didn't have there was no internet. Like the internet was coming out and people knew about it at that time, but we didn't as much because we were again 5 or 6. We didn't know.
Yeah.
But my grandparents still had one of those old fucking DOS computers. I don't know. You know what DOS computer is?
Nah.
All right, so most people around our age won't because it was a computer that came out. I'm gonna be wrong here. I'm gonna say something wrong here and I'm gonna yell at for it. I want to say DOS came out in the late '80s. I'm gonna be wrong.
Could be wrong.
That's what the fucking
I'll look it
computers were for. But yeah, check what year the first DOS computer came out. And it was. I want to say you could reach the internet with it, but it was all text based. There was no picture for your file folder. It was all text based.
81.
80 was so early
August
80s.
of 81.
So early 80s it came out. My grandparents had one,
Okay.
and that's what that thing fucking looked like. That it was just.
Little...
It was this. Like if you can imagine what the pictures
It's like a
computer.
microwave.
Like a computer would look like from the Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
That's what a DOS computer looked like. But it's more compact.
Right.
Fucking printer's turning off now. So, we didn't have internet hooked up on there at the time because it was again we were 5 or 6. I don't think we even had internet. I think nobody in our area bought internet because we're like, oh, this isn't going to be a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Then it kind of just
But
blew up.
so DOS was this computer where you could play games on legitimate floppy disks. You know how they call them floppy disks and they're just those freaking hard ass? No,
I remember those.
these were legit. Like you could bend them. You're not supposed to because you damage them that way, but you could actually physically bend them. But to play a game, to put it in perspective for you, right? To play a game, let's say there's one of my favorite games they ever made. They made a remake on it for the Xbox. It was called Secret of Monkey Island, and it was
Never heard
a
of it.
point-and-click adventure game.
Okay.
It was fun. I loved the game. My fondest memories are sitting in my grandmother's basement playing that game. Wow, I sound like a nerd.
You're good.
But when you put the game in, it didn't work. What you had to do at that point is you put the game in on the screen. I might get this wrong but you had to type asterisk. God, me and Bobby yelled at each other all day. We used to sit beside each other. I can't remember how it goes. You had to type in something parenthesis asterisk parenthesis comma 8 comma 1 and then enter to start the game. That brought up like that started that modem thing that ran the fucking game.
Damn. It's complicated.
Yeah.
Compared to now, you just
Yeah.
push a button, push the disc in. Like,
But back then, like, so you couldn't like. They had certain special ways so you couldn't like photocopy a thing and give it to your friend, so that they could like play the game. They needed
Right.
the book, so they printed everything on this black or red and white paper. And you couldn't photocopy it. It had
Okay.
codes on it for everything you needed to load the fucking game. And it was just the most ridiculous thing. But so that was back like we had one of those, but my first early memories of internet are that stupid ass dial-up startup fucking thing. Like some like not very many of my cousins, but my son is gonna grow up with internet. He's gonna be able to access the internet that's ridiculously fast compared to like our 2 kilobyte downloads a second back in yonder. And I fucking remember just going on there and like AIM.
Yeah.
AIM.
That's
was
one of
on
my
there.
earliest memories. It's gotta be, without a doubt.
And I'm like, I don't like. Back when, and then I remember like you'd play certain games online, but again, it wasn't very, very few, slim to none. It was mostly just like even back then, even certain websites were still that text format. They weren't
like what we have now.
Yeah, it was like instead of like you going online and like being like the pictures and everything. Now it was like there was words.
Yeah.
And those were all hyperlinks to certain things. And then that took you somewhere else. And then they give you another list of things. And then that took you somewhere else. And it was the stupidest shit in the world. I'm going to say that second time just so we kind of know where we're at. We're already at what? So we're already... I can look on there. What am I doing? So... And then I remember when the PlayStation 2 came out, because I remember PlayStation 2 came out, and people were like, "You can connect to the internet." Or like, how?
See, I had the PS2. I was too young to even know that you could do that.
Like, so were we. But what happened? The reason we knew was because when we bought our PlayStation 2, it came with a. The manual came like it did, but horse kids were like, manuals,
Yeah.
Who needs this shit?
I'll
figure it out.
Play now.
I'll figure it out. And then I remember getting one game on there. I think it was a Star Wars game, but it came with
Like the Battlefront games.
Battlefront.
Those were the shit.
That came with a pamphlet that said something along the lines of "Don't forget to hook up the internet so you can play with friends." And I'm like,
wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right. So we went out and we talked to one guy at a store. Be like, what do we do? What does this mean? And he's like, okay, well, you need this disc. You have this disc, which you put into your PlayStation. That when you connect to the internet, allows you to hook it up and sync with the property, and you can be able to play online.
Okay.
So I'm like, sweet. Never fucking worked. We never figured out how to fucking get it to work. It was never like.
Yeah. Just wouldn't happen.
No, and so we never used it.
Then you get like your PS3, your Xbox 360, and it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, now everything's online. If something's not online now, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like
for
literally
real.
everything that comes out anymore, it's electronic, is connected to online somehow, which is kind of a bad thing, because it's like now everything's fucking online.
Well, that was what Microsoft was trying to do with the
That's what
Xbox
Facebook's
One
doing
when
now.
it came out. They you had to have the online like all the time before they went and changed it.
Yeah.
People were so pissed off.
What was that with the Xbox One? When that
Yeah,
came
when
out?
it was first
Yeah,
coming out.
they're like, oh, you have to have the Xbox Live. You can't share games, and people
Yeah.
are like,
Yeah.
you're funny.
Right? Like, no
Right, you
shit.
kidding, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
no. And they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna. I think because it was so funny because back then, I wasn't making a lot of money, but wasn't making enough like money as I'm like making now. Like, I could live in a house, and like before I could probably barely afford like pay for my car.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wanted an Xbox, so I'm like, all right. So me being who I am says like I'm gonna save up money. I'm gonna buy an Xbox. So I saved up for a few weeks of work, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy an Xbox One. And I'm like, so I go out to the store, I go swipe my card, and it's like decline. I'm like, why? Because all banks start. Well, most banks. I don't know if all of them do. Most banks start you off with that $500 limit.
Yeah, and you
and
can
because
go over.
of taxes,
It
the
went
Xbox
over.
was $499 plus tax. It was like
Mhm.
$510 or whatever.
Yeah,
And so it wouldn't go through. So my cousin paid for my Xbox for the first time. I gave him cash.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"Here you go." And fucking, I had it for like. Or no, I was looking at the Xboxes and that, and because of all that shit in the beginning, we're like, yeah, we're not doing this. You have to have your own Xbox. Blah blah blah. You can't do this. Can't do that.
Mm.
You're like, this is how it's going to be. We're like, everyone's like, fucking why? I
Yeah.
got a day one Xbox. Like the Xbox when you pre-ordered it,
Yeah.
you came to the store and it had like all the controls said day one.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's amazing. Like that
Yeah.
like that's ridiculous. Like, I love that. Well, I had it for about a few months, and then I got rid of it because I needed some money for something.
Mm.
So I sold it back to GameStop, and I got like gypped
Oh yeah,
because that's just how it was.
Should have gone like Facebook Marketplace or
Well, that was-
something like that. Like
That was before Facebook Marketplace existed.
shit.
Yeah. And then future I ended up getting another one
Mm-hmm.
because we needed to play games online with my friends and that.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to talking about like the earliest memories of the internet because we could go everywhere. I remember when YouTube first came out.
I don't.
I remember when fucking YouTube first came out.
I couldn't tell you.
Back when MySpace was still a thing.
I remember. I mean, I know about my. I didn't have one.
I never had one. I could have, but I didn't because I'm like, no, this is stupid. Why would I go online?
Yeah.
Why would I go online when I could talk to my friends? And now all I fucking do is talk to my friends online.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Facebook coming out. I got a Facebook like right away.
I remember when Facebook came out, but I remember like when like, MySpace was a thing, and that was like the popular thing. That was the thing to do, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember like when YouTube first came out, and I think the best quote I ever heard. It's the same thing that happens every fucking time you hear anybody talk about some new thing, like with Steve Jobs, and then they're like, oh, everybody. It seems like here's your home computer, and what's his seat is CEO or wherever the guy below him was like, nobody's gonna fucking want this. And now he's like,
Now
what,
it-
someone quadrillionaire dollar, whatever the fuck he is. But same thing happened with YouTube. Where like I know a few people like Bernie Burns from the Rooster Teeth podcast was saying when they first started Rooster Teeth, which is like the red versus blue, and that like back when that first came out. If you wanted to upload videos, you had your own website.
Mm.
And he was saying how like one of his friends or coworkers came over to him and said, "Oh, here's YouTube. You can upload your own shit through here, and you can do your own stuff, and people can watch it on here." He's like, "But they can't watch it on your stuff." He's like, "Why would I do that? Like, I have my own website. That's never gonna fucking catch on."
And then now look
And now look at it. Like I put this video up on YouTube at one point.
You got like YouTube making their own movies,
Yeah.
TV shows. Like it's crazy.
I'm trying to remember. Do you remember anything? Is there any other time that was something that was really irrelevant came out? That was like RuneScape. I remember when RuneScape was a thing.
I never got into it.
I remember when again dial-up RuneScape.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Dude, it took so long to load the
Can't
fucking
even
game.
Imagine.
First, you had to turn your computer on. Once your computer came on, you had to sign online. Yeah, you had to sign on the AOL.com and sign online and do it like American Online had.
Yeah.
And then you went to that fucking dial-up noise. Then that came on. Then you were able to go on the internet at that point and do something. And then you're able to go up to like, you know, 2 websites and stuff like that. And I remember being able to play RuneScape. And then like 15 minutes, you'd be in there 15 minutes in the middle of a fucking like dungeon or whatever. And my mom would be up, "Jeff, I gotta use the phone." Like, all right, I gotta go. Like, sign off the internet, go back down, wait. Mom would use the phone. She'd be on it for like fucking a half hour because that's that's how everyone was.
That's how it is. Yeah.
An hour, and then she'd be like, "Okay, they can go back on now." And then you log back on. Yeah, most of the kids that nowadays don't realize that like TVs were huge, monitors were huge back then.
Yeah.
Like, how thin this is? No, like you're talking that's maybe a little less than half an inch.
Oh yeah.
Like the first computer that I had, that we had in our house, when I was living with my parents back when we moved over, when I was like 5 or 6, 7 or somewhere around there, was this big. From the front of the screen to the back end of the computer screen, it was that big.
Oh yeah, we had TVs like that too.
Huge.
Yeah.
It was terrible. I mean, but it's what we had, and now it's like I can't imagine anybody doing that.
Yeah, having a TV that's that.
I can't
big.
imagine somebody doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then again, when we were growing up, we didn't have cell phones like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we didn't know.
the reason I say everyone's like, oh, this isn't the greatest generation. We're not the greatest generation. Like, don't get me wrong, half of our generation is fucking dumb, but we're not gonna get on that subject.
Yeah.
But like, everyone's like, oh, well, they suffered through the Great Depression. Well, they did this. Like, we grew up from having like everything, the same shit everybody else did, to having this and that and this and that and all this electronics and equipment came out all at once.
It was such a fast evolution.
Because like I remember like the day my mother brought home her first thin flip phone, and it was probably this thick when you unfolded it.
Yeah.
But it was a curve. It was the Verizon, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and I think my first cell phone was that brick of a Nokia phone. That one that everybody makes fucking memes about, where it's like you can like destroy the world with it.
Yeah.
Like that fucking, I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but
Mine
what I'm talking
was a flip
about.
phone. I had a flip phone.
My first one was a fucking brick Nokia phone. Had a pull-out antenna and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Played some Snake on that. That was that was a little bit after the internet, but like the internet, the thing was, the reason that like us kids growing up were so like, we were outside a lot compared to other kids like nowadays where everyone's inside, was because the internet was so fucking slow that I remember the one day I wanted to, back when like, God, dial-up was still a thing. My mother used to work for a company that was getting rid of a lot of the old computers, and she brought one home for me. So I was going to put a desktop background up. It took, I kid you not, I want to say 30 seconds, maybe a minute, for the whole picture to load on screen.
Oh my god.
It would go line by line.
Nowadays.
Now it's just like, bam, all right. Like now we're streaming in 1080p at 30 frames a second. Why am I in 30 frames? Whatever.
I love like these young kids. They get pissed off when things aren't like that. It's like, just give it a second. Like,
me and my wife are talking about this. We're like, when our son Lee grows up, that he's gonna get his phone or whatever, and he's like 10 or 12, and he's gonna be playing something, and be like, oh, my phone's acting weird. Oh, this sucks. And I'm like, here's my Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Go play this in the dark.
Fun,
You can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You can't play this in the dark. Oh, it's too bright outside. You still can't play it.
Nope. They don't know. They don't know the struggle.
And that's the thing. Like, and I know that me and you're gonna get a lot of slack, a lot of shit, because you're like, oh, you don't know what it was like growing up because I grew up in this era. Well, it's not my fucking fault.
I mean, it's true though. Like you don't. You're lucky.
Like I'm lucky. I'm glad I did it. But at the same time, I feel like that old person that everybody else, when you're a kid growing up, it's like, oh, you didn't have it like I did. So growing up through the explosion of electronics and internet and everything that came out, I remember when dial-up ended, and they're like, "Oh, this is DSL." And we're like, "The fuck is DSL?"
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, it's cable internet." I think it was the time. It was like it's cable internet.
Yeah,
we're like, isn't that what we fucking have now? And they're like, "No, this is faster."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" I think dial-up was like again like somewhere around like 2 or 3 kilobytes a second download speed.
Mm-hmm.
As where DSL went up to like
Let's see.
I would say like 30 or 40 or something, like doubled or tripled or quadrupled or something like that.
DSL download speed.
Oh, megabyte. The 40 from like what was dial-up download speed?
56 kilobytes.
56 kilobytes a second was like the max, and like you went from that to having DSL, which DSL went to 40 megabytes a second.
It's a huge.
That's
difference.
a huge jump.
Huge difference.
But now we go from that to this whatever we have this cable internet, wherever the fuck it is now.
Mm-hmm.
That like my cousin who lives down the road from me gets 100 gigabytes a second.
Your average download speed is 95.25.
I think I have
megabytes a
60. I
second.
think I have 60 down right now because that was all we could afford. But like my cousin has like 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
That's
like
insane.
I would never be able to imagine that. Like stuff loads so fast now. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's it boggles my mind because I remember growing up and I'm like, oh, like we were outside a lot because
It was just
either
too
you can
slow.
go online and get kicked off 5 minutes later because your mom was like, I need to use the phone,
Yeah.
or somebody's trying to call and they can't,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh, somebody must be on the computer. To, oh, now I could be on my phone and on the computer and on my phone and on.
There's
I could be
times where I'm on,
like,
I'm at home and I'm video chatting my girlfriend while listening to music and playing my PlayStation.
Yeah.
All at the same time. My brother's downstairs playing Xbox. My sister's on her iPad. Like my dad's on his computer, and we're all doing this at the same
Yeah.
time. And there's no issue.
no. Like I think back then you couldn't have more than one computer online too because you had to go off the same internet. I think
I'm
I'm
not
not sure.
sure.
I'm not sure exactly, but like, but most people didn't have more than one computer in their house because
Yeah.
who fucking had that kind of money?
Dude, yeah.
That was the most craziest shit. It was like going up that fucking explosion of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went from the dial-up to being able to play some games online, some things faster. That's when like I think that's when the Xbox One, the Xbox original,
The original Xbox.
the
yeah.
fucking big green Xbox came out, and you could play like shit on like Halo and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But what's really funny though, talk about the Xbox, is I remember the first time I played Halo Combat Evolved, was actually a computer game.
Okay.
It was never an Xbox exclusive at first. It was always a Microsoft computer game. And then Bungie came in and said, "Oh, we'll make the game for you, but we want to put it on Xbox because they wanted to, exclusively sell it on there. So because
Yeah.
PlayStation had all a shit ton of like exclusive like Spyro and stuff like that. So they wanted their own thing. So Microsoft ran their own console, and they put Halo on there. Because I remember I had the old cardboard case of the disc came slid in it,
Okay.
like a sleeve.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always put that in my computer. That's how I played. That's how you play your games, and that, and like it was just like I remember playing Halo on my fucking computer. But I don't remember that. The reason is because I used to have the case taped up under my fucking desk because that's where I put my money in. I used to save it up there. Because the piggy bank was like yeah, you could have a piggy bank.
Yeah, yeah.
But you remember how fucking hard it is to get fucking money out of a
It's
piggy
hard
bank?
as shit.
It's not the easiest fucking thing to do.
No.
So we would just fucking take the fucking money in there.
Hey, whatever works.
So then growing up, we went through a lot of shit, a lot of different changes in that. And now we get to like where everything's online.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not online, it's a problem. Because like even like, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna start something by saying it. But we get to now where it's like I have the PlayStation, I have the Xbox, I have. We were going to get the Wii U or
The Switch.
the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't because we don't want to just blow $300 in a row. And we started the at GameStop. They have that fucking pay it off as you go thing for like layaways.
Yeah, yeah.
And we ended up because bills we weren't able to get it.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was growing up, it was like you either picked PlayStation or Xbox.
I mean, my first console
Because
was the 64.
the Xbox original was again $500.
Yeah.
You weren't going to blow $1,000 and buy both consoles.
No.
So you picked one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, most of the time, you pick the one that like your friends or family had because
you
didn't
want to play with them.
Yeah.
So.
But like we were lucky enough, like my grandparents bought. We had the PlayStation, and then after we had the PlayStation 1 for my grandparents had the PlayStation 1 for a while, and they bought the PlayStation 2 that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we bought the Xbox, my family, and then when eventually like, it was just nobody hung out, so they said, "Hey, do you want this?" And I did yes, and yeah, so I took the PlayStation. I had the PlayStation that over my house because nobody else used it over my grandparents' house because they didn't play games.
Yeah.
So I had fucking everything in my house. I was like, "Oh, this is neat." But now it's like, again, it's weird when you don't have both consoles now because they are pretty rarely available. Like you can get an Xbox One for what? You can get a prefurbished one for $300.
I'll tell you.
Let's see.
209
$209.
at GameStop.
So like you're talking that's a world of difference.
It's crazy, yeah.
And then, you know, of course, we always play outside as kids, and you know, we always did that kind of shit. We did stupid shit where it's like you shoot
Yeah.
fucking
Shouldn't be doing that.
BBs, guns at everybody because you know that's
Yeah.
'cause that's normal. That's what kids do. You just shoot at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
From metal BBs and flying at your face. Which brings you on to my next topic. Actually, was about the craziest stories we have.
Let's hear it.
But so before we go anywhere, I want to do this just because I know that if we don't, you're gonna get a lot of shit for it.
Okay.
Colton's in the army. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like, oh, he's not in the army. He's not doing this. He's not wearing this. He's not being like this. Like, stop being a fucking sour bitch. Like, what's all your what's the stuff that you need to know? So if you walk up to somebody like, why are you in the army? Prove to me that you're in the army.
Well, if someone does that to me first, I'm gonna show them my cat card, which every soldier in the military has one. Actually, I'm actually not gonna show it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would show them my cat card. And then typically the last, if you're not in uniform, what unit you in or whatnot. If you are in uniform, you better have your patches correct, because if your patches are fucked up, you're gonna get called out. Which it's easy to spot, such as.
So the one guy that
My friend,
yeah, your favorite person that you see.
But yeah, the main thing is the cat card, because you're not gonna have one. I could say I'm in the army. I could have the correct uniform.
Yeah.
I could have the
But
haircut,
as long as you don't
the
have
attitude.
the fucking.
If I don't, that's showing you.
Yeah.
I'm in the military.
So Colton is in the army. He is legitimate. Like he's not one of those people that is like, oh, I'm faking it. He's legitimate in the army.
Mm-hmm.
But so one of the crazy stories we have is like you're going to Guatemala.
Yeah.
That's a fucking for
unfortunately.
fucking training.
Yeah.
That's a fucking far way to fucking train.
I'm looking forward to the experience.
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
Go somewhere.
But
I don't.
So we were at work the one day, and Colton goes, "I'm going to Guatemala." Like, what the fuck are you going to Guatemala?
Yeah.
He's like, "You're going to Guatemala for training." I'm like, he's like, I'm like, all right. So I'm like, it's like, are you excited? He's like, you're not really. I said, why? He's like, he goes, somebody had like that one chick ended up like murdering people or something like that.
She was in a taxi. It's in Guatemala City, where we're going, and
Great.
she got a taxi. The story didn't say what her reasons were. At least I don't believe it did. But she killed the cab driver, and the people of Guatemala in the middle of the street dragged her out, beat her, and then burned her to death in
Alive?
the middle of the street. Yeah, alive.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's where we're going. So I'm not looking forward to that. We've had to do all these kind of anti-terrorism.
Yeah.
All these
So,
SEER, which is if you get captured, how to maintaining your morals.
So when is that? When does that start?
When?
Yeah.
Going in June.
Going in June.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have good stories when he gets back.
Yeah.
Do you have any crazy stories though? Any things that you did in the past that
About the army?
anything about the army, your own life, that you did something stupid or
Done
somebody
a lot
you
of
know,
stupid shit.
something. But
I'll
I'll show you. I'll tell you my favorite story. My favorite story that I have is back when I think I was just starting at our job. And I think I was there for maybe a year or two. And my cousin, we used to play airsoft all the time. And my cousin was like, "Hey, there's this group called Operation Lion Claws. They still open, and they hold these giant events. I think it costs a little bit of money to start off, but once you start off and you get all the gear and that, and you can be able to go, it's not that much to get going.
Right.
It's like vacation. It's like cheaper than the vacation money.
Mm.
The worst part is like paying for your hotel or room to stay at. And normally it's like, yeah, you get with your friends, you can play like 8-on-8, 5-on-5, something like that. But no, like this was like 100 and something against 100 and something people. It was low hundreds, but like still, that's a lot
That's
of
a lot
fucking
of people. Yeah.
So the story goes, my cousin said, "Hey, you want to go do this thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds great." I'm like, "What do I need to get?" He's like, "Oh, you need the camo, you need your gun, all this shit." I'm like, "All right." So I went online, I ordered everything I need to do. I think it was like $400 worth of shit.
Damn.
Plus, like, it was a $100 entry or
Yeah.
something like that for the
event.
It was a
Yeah.
3-day event. We were playing down in New Jersey in an abandoned military facility. Now, with the Lion Claws people, they actually go through all the steps and they talk to people who own the building and say, "Can we do this here? Is it okay?" If they say no, then we don't.
Yeah.
But they said, "Yeah, you know, you can do this, but like there's these rooms and this level's off access, this thing's off access. As long as you stay in this area, we don't care."
Right.
It was great. It was a fun time. But so my cousin texts me, he says, "Do you want to do this?" "Yeah, I'll do it." We get ready. I get all my stuff. We head down. We drive down. We go through the sketchiest fucking part of Jersey, by the way. Getting there, oh my lord! Like
All of Jersey.
windows rolled up, locked the doors. I'm like, I am not like. I turn the music down.
Yeah.
Sketchiest part, like. So, we get there. The first day is you get to go through the building. Now, when I say we played in the fucking military base, we played on the fucking military base. Like, the building we played in was 555,000 square feet.
That'd be fun.
3 floors. There was a 4th floor, but we're not allowed to be on the 4th floor. There was
Okay.
3 floors and a basement. And the building kind of like how our table is shaped here, kind of wrapped around.
Yeah, yeah.
And stairs. So stairs from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
And so it's like, but it's like in the army almost to the extent where it's like, you know, so I'm carrying so the airsoft guns they make now are like realistic to the point of where like some people actually use them for certain police officers and stuff like that as training because they weigh the same. So you're talking, I was carrying an M4 that was realistic weight, realistic size, realistic build. My 1911, which is realistic, as far as like it'll go to not be illegal. Wearing my t-shirt and pair of shorts because it's you gotta wear something underneath, and then on top of that I'm wearing my camo pants, my camo shirt, my vest. My vest is full of my magazines. I have a dump pouch over here. I have something over here. I don't remember what it was. My pistol's on the side. My pistol's on the side. My magazine, my dump pouch. I'm wearing boots. Wearing helmet. I know the helmets weren't realistic because they're real fucking like you could like punt them like a football. I have a real helmet upstairs. I was willing to wear it, but
I have mine in my car.
I'm like, no, I'm not going to wear it. I'm not going to say where I got mine from, but I got mine from one of my friends.
It's good with those. Like if you for actual combat, like if you drop them, it's immediately and your plates too, because like if I could drop it on the carpet, like even like a hairline fracture.
Yeah, you're
if
done.
a round hits that
right
fracture, it's not going to do you any good.
Well, I'm not going into combat, so.
Yeah.
So where was that? So like I'm wearing like 30 pounds of gear, and that's why like Nick tells the stories of like, oh, I was doing this over in Afghanistan, blah blah blah. I'm like wearing the pack. Like I can understand what that feels like to an extent. Like I don't have 80-pound backpack on. Like I have a pack with like water, stuff in it, BBs, everything I need to keep myself. But it's heavy. It's not like the 30 pounds, but it's up there. Or 80 pounds, it's up there now. And me being out of shape person that I am, not in the army, I know kind of it feels like where it's like, all right, so we start at the bottom of the hill, and they're like, okay, so groups 1 through whatever are going to be on the 1st floor. And of course, I was that fucking group that was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
So when they yelled go, they're like, sprint to the top. We're like, what?
Really? Yeah.
So
like you sprint, I'll walk.
Yeah, so we got up. We first got there. They made us go in all formation and shit. Like they were talking. It's like the guy who was our leader was actually from Russia, He was
Okay.
a leader. He was a no, wasn't a leader. He was a lieutenant in the Russian army.
I don't know.
I don't know, but like that. What would that level that would be? That type of thing. That's what he was.
Okay.
That's the way he explained it to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Thick as shit Russian accent and everything. You could barely understand what he's talking about. He was a funny fucking dude. It's weird though because everyone is like, oh, Russians are scary people. This guy was the fucking nicest guy in the world because
So you piss him off.
he pissed him off.
Yeah.
So the reason that this is a crazy story is one because the fact we were playing a fucking military base and it was like, there's these rooms that where they would detail secrets about things. So they have these giant vaulted doors that would roll lock shut, and you couldn't hear anything through it. They said, do not close those doors. There's no ventilation. By the time we find you, you'll be dead.
You'll be dead.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going in there.
Yeah, nope,
So
not even
I remember one time around the corner, and I'm like, nope.
Nope.
So the night before all this started, we were at our hotel because the first day you walk around and you kind of see what's going on, so you kind of get an idea where you're going. You're not running blindly into a fucking building and running into shit. So we are staying at this Hilton, drinking a lot of fucking alcohol. I mean, like, I'm buying shots for my friends. I'm buying drinks for my friends.
Bad idea.
All of a sudden, there's like 30 or 40 people behind me. I don't know if I bought drinks for them. I don't remember. But my bill was like $200.
Nice. There you go. Go big or go home.
So I drink a lot of Jaeger bombs. I want to say I drink like 7 or 8 Jaeger bombs.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
Nice. Nice.
So the next morning, I felt like shit.
Of course. Yeah.
So the first day, I didn't play much because I was like, wow, I drank way too much last night. I had way too much fun. I can't play today. But it was a 3-day period, so I'm like, whatever. I'll play a second day. The third day, we're going to play anyway. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So the first day, I'm like, I'll play a little bit. I felt like shit in the morning. Towards the afternoon, I felt better. So I got geared up. I got ready, and I went over to everybody. We got formation for like the second after the match ends. We got back in formation and that. So they're like, okay, this is going to be capture the flag. Flag's going to be at the second floor of every base on each opposite side of the fucking building. So you are here, you don't fucking here. Over there, they got the fucking flag and
all
back.
the way back. Yeah.
And then the refs there, the refs would run it back because they had the refs would just meet and kind of go. So they didn't have to fucking sprint
All the way
fucking
across.
back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's when they told us, okay, your team, third floor. Fuck. All right. So I'm in the middle of this group and I go. So I'm like jogging up the stairs and I'm like, oh fucking Christ. So I've been feeling sick and I'm like, I can't. I'm not playing right now. I'm gonna go relax in the fucking car and take a nap. So I went and I sat down. I'm like, no, I'll sit down for a few minutes and see if I feel better. And his name was Igor. Igor came up to me. He's like, what's wrong? He's like, you're not feeling good. And I'm like, I said, no, my stomach's bothering me. He's like, do you have water? And I'm like, yeah, I have water. He was like, is it like a tense pain or is it like a sharp pain? I said, it's more of like a tense pain. He goes, all right, sit down, relax, be careful, drink some water, take your time. And I'm like, that was really nice for like, when people were like, I was waiting to be like, get the fuck up and do something. But no, he was like, oh, you're all right, man? You're good? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So we go back home. Well, back to the hotel, and we're drinking again.
Of course. Naturally.
And at this time, I'm done. I'm drinking here, but I'm not drinking like shit was last night. But the night before we started playing, when I bought way too much money, my cousin halfway through the night said, "I'm going to bed. I'm tired." I'm like, whatever. I'll sit down here. I'm having a great time. Like there's business people, people from Saudi Arabia, people in business suits, all of us laughing at fucking South Park on the TV. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like normally people would be like, what the fuck is this show? No, we're all just drunk. Like, ah. My cousin comes down about an hour later and goes, have you seen Scott? I'm like, no. He was sitting next to me at one point, and got completely. I mean,
just shit.
He's a light. He's like your height, but skinny.
Yeah.
And he drank way too much, and he just was passed out at the bar, and he went to sit down, and the bartender's like, you gotta go. So he's like, Scott, sit here on the chair, just relax.
Yeah.
Well, when we're done, we'll.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there drinking, talking to one of their friends. We're like, oh, yeah, ha, 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 ha. And like, we get 15 minutes later, my cousin comes out and goes, she's Scott? I'm like, no.
No. Oh, shit.
So I'm like looking around the bar, like,
Scott.
fuck is Scott? So he's like, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, did he leave the fucking hotel like wasted?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, let's go outside, because I know he was outside smoking something before. So I'm like, let's go outside, see if he's out there.
Yeah.
No. Ask me, have you seen a kid about this tall, blah, blah, blah? Come back. No.
Oh shit.
All right, went to the service desk. Have you seen somebody? He's like, yeah, he went that way. I'm like, okay, he must have went back to the bed. I'm like, you didn't see him up there? He's like, no. He's like, well, he probably got fucking lost. He probably is like, what room am I in?
Yeah.
He just wandered in the fucking halls like a creeper. So we go through the elevator, hit the button, we're waiting, standing there. And the corner of my eye, I see this security guard with these 3 little girls. Maybe like,
Oh my god.
somewhere around the age of like 11 through like 12. Real.
I don't like where this is going.
So, no, it's not that bad. So I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm hammered. I'm not paying attention to what the fuck's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So elevator opens, we go inside, and the cop yells, "Can you hold that for us?" Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit. I don't know how I will. I'm drunk in a hotel. Are they gonna get me out?
Yeah.
Go up in the elevator, and I'm overhearing the conversation. He goes, and the guy goes, "So this guy just came into your room."
Oh my god.
And me and my cousin look at each other. We're like, no, like, how would he get in? Like, how would you just get in someone else's room? So we're like, whatever. Like, the elevator stops on our floor. We get off, and they follow us. We're like, huh. So we go, you first. You guys are in a hurry, and they walk down. And Scott made it close though. Our room was across the way, but he was in somebody else's fucking room.
Oh my god.
And the only reason I know that is because me and my cousin were like walking, we're following these guys like, no way. And we looked in the room, and there's fucking like, you don't see anything, you just see like an end of a bed, and there's the Scott's shoes that's hanging off the fucking edge of the bed, like he's passed out. And I'm like, is that fucking Scott? And the cop's like, did you fucking know this guy? And I said, yeah. I said, he came with us. He's like, you better fucking get him out of here. You almost got arrested. I'm like, oh shit.
Damn.
So
Scott fucked up.
yeah. So we like, he was to the point where like we were like arms underneath him, feet dragging as we drag him from their room across to our room. We just tossed him on the fucking bed. And we're like, done. I'm done for the night. Went to bed, and that's when I woke up the next morning. And I'm like, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah. Surprised you made it that close.
I'm like, he's probably on he's on like the 3rd, 8th, or 10th floor of the fucking hotel. Like,
Yeah.
wondering where the fuck's my room at? Why is my key card not working? But here's the thing, though. How did he fucking get into that room? They had to leave the door open.
Yeah, they must have.
Because but that had to be the hotel people's fault, because those little girls and that got they just got there because they said unless they were already there, and they just closed the closed door, didn't close it hard enough, and then Scott was like, I think this is it,
Yeah,
and the door ended and put his card in, and it opened because it was halfway open or something.
Right,
Like that. He's like, oh, I'm home. Oh, that was the sketchiest fucking.
Oh my, you got lucky, man.
You almost got arrested. You almost got put in jail for fucking trespassing, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you've been put in jail for, but I don't know. You have any crazy stories that you shit that you did back that you're not proud of?
There's a lot I'm not proud of.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, though.
Things I could share.
Yeah. Things that you could share that aren't gonna be devastating to your character.
Not so much my character, just some other things.
Things that you were more willing to share online.
Not a whole lot that I could think of that I can actually.
Yeah.
The more recent ones are things that probably shouldn't say.
All right, so that's fine. That's fine. We'll skip to the next thing. The crazy story you had was anyways going to Guatemala and a girl got fucking murdered and everybody.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that sounds great. So the third topic of our podcast that I wanted to do, the third topic is always going to be games, movies, what we play, watch recently that we're stuff that's popular that's in right now. Did you play Monster Hunter?
Not yet, no.
So
You're the reason why I haven't gotten the game.
I'm not angry. It takes a lot to piss me off. It's
I
like
know.
I remember but I know with video games that like Yeah, it gets really frustrating when you're like doing the same thing 70 or 80 times, and you're like, why am I not winning?
Yeah.
Or what am I doing wrong? But normally you could be like, oh, it's because I didn't do this.
Mm.
Well, Monster Hunter's like, no, fuck that. You're not gonna know what to do or how to do it. I mean, don't be wrong. If you're like one of those dedicated fans or playing from like the fucking beginning, you know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And there are those people that are like the top charts on the game. They're just like, oh yeah, I can kill this monster in 2 minutes.
Right. So
for anybody who hasn't played that game, I don't think there's any spoilers. I haven't played the game, so I can't give away spoilers.
Yeah.
But spoilers. So in the game, the whole point is it's an open world game where you go and you hunt monsters.
Yeah.
But a lot of the monsters are like it's almost like prehistoric times. So when I bought my original Xbox, it came with that one controller. Not the Xbox One. It came with that one controller. Well,
Yeah.
I was out shopping one day and I saw they had the Halo edition controller with the gold with the copper buttons and the green
nice one,
plate.
yeah,
I loved it. So I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, I'll spend $60 or whatever it's on. I want this. So I bought it, man. I had it. It was my favorite controller. I took care of that fucking controller, man. I took care of that controller.
Not the end.
And so in Monster Hunter, the way it works is that the bigger the monster, the more health they have, obviously. But it's like Street Fighter in that where it's a bar, and once the bar drains, there's another bar that has to drain.
Yeah.
And so I was fighting this one. I spent like 10 or 15 minutes on this one fucking monster because it's fucking goddamn ridiculous. Where like you'll be going to fight a monster, and it could hit you once or it'll stun you, and it'll just fucking run the opposite direction. And if you don't catch up to the time, it regains its fucking health.
Oh, that's
So
frustrating.
And you're timed for all these fights.
Oh my God.
So you have I think it's like 2 hours
Yeah.
to fight these monsters. I've timed it out a few times.
I would give
We're
up
s-
like halfway through at that point.
You think you would?
You know?
Because I thought I would too, but no. My wife at the time she was my fiance. My wife was like, she see me getting pissed off at the game. She said, "Why'd you stop playing?" I was like, "I can't. I gotta win. There's no reason
I
I
have
shouldn't
to
be
do
able to
it."
win." So I like fine. I'm picking the easiest character, starting over like the easiest class in that one that does a lot of damage, a lot of quickness, a lot of good defense, kind of rounded out. But it's more or less like it's the I forget the word people use for it. Like the MP40 was in Call of Duty World at War. It was OP.
Okay.
Like an OP character that I could
Yeah.
use, with an OP weapon that would. And I remember I was fighting this one thing, which was this giant.
She knows. Continue.
So I remember us playing the game, fighting this Tyrannosaurus Rex character, and we. I mean, you can play with people, but I was just going solo because I didn't have any friends who played the game at the time. And I fought this T-Rex, and I got his life down all the way down to the point where he had like a half of a bar fucking left. At this point, I have fought him 6 or 7 times,
Yeah, fuck that.
ran out the clock 3 times, and died twice. Like it was just ridiculous. Like there's no reason that I should take this long to kill this monster. So I was pissed. And I got to the point where if I would have hit him one more time, it would have been over.
Yeah.
And I ran out of fucking health potions. I ran out of fucking mana potions. I ran out of everything. Like, I was just like, I had to hit him once. I had to dodge and hit him once. And, because in the game you can do a light attack or a strong attack. Strong attack builds up, goes, and then you hit it.
Yeah.
But which is good, though, because you can kind of tie it away when he gets towards you. And you would attack and roll into them and it would work perfectly out for you. And I was about to fucking hit him once, and other monsters could have fear, evidently. I didn't fucking know that. So this big giant flying T-Rex type of thing comes in, swoops down, picks me up, and chucks me. And I die. And I'm like, fuck you! And threw my controller, like, it just shattered the controller.
Halo controller.
It works. I put it back together because I got lucky where it must have landed like perfectly on the edge of the controller nub.
Yeah.
And just the plastic popped off.
But
I messed with something because now if you turn to the left, it turns it turns like normal, but something's not right. It turns like slower, but the right turns like normal. So for you're playing like Fallout or something like that, and you go to press left, it goes it shoots over. So it's like it works.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of fucking like going back and like I'm gonna take it off and take all the buttons out and put them on the other controller and like, this, never throwing this one again. This is my baby. But so you haven't. But that's why you won't get it though, is because you'll know you'll.
Do you ever play Dark Souls?
Yeah, Dark Souls 3. Yeah,
I get like that with Dark Souls when it's like 5 minutes in and you're fighting that first boss.
Yeah,
and it's like, what the fuck? Like I just started playing.
I remember somebody watching somebody speedrun that game, where they went from the beginning to that boss in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it took like 2 hours to get from that to that fucking boss because I kept fucking dying. I'm like, it's hard. Because the game's meant to be like that.
Yeah,
but then the fucking like the boss, like I'm like, I got decently far in the game. I didn't get really really far in the game in Dark Souls, but like I can't. Like
I was the same way. Yeah, I
got
got
pissed. I'm done.
And I was like,
I'm not.
I can't do this anymore.
No, I'm not like, being like, fuck. Why am I not doing this? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore. Like I can't. It's not worth it. It's not worth the stress and aggravation that you get from trying to figure out. Okay, what the fuck do I need to do in order to fucking like kill this thing? Because like there's special fucking things. So if you hit him at this certain point, why?
Yeah, and you'll get them down like halfway or like
halfway they
transform, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. How about the Outer Worlds? Have you seen the ads for that yet?
Nah, what is that?
So do you know
what is
Fallout
it?
New Vegas?
Yeah.
The people Obsidian, they made Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
They're making because they went to try.
What's it called?
The Outer Worlds. So Obsidian contacted Bethesda and said, "Hey, let us make another Fallout 5." And they're like, "No, like no, you guys had your chance, and you've had like some people love Fallout New Vegas. I love Fallout New Vegas, but some people don't like it. But they're like, no, we're not.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
So like, we're not letting you do this again.
That was my first Fallout. Was
that
New
was my
Vegas.
second one.
And then I played 3.
So like no, we're not going to let you do that again. So like, well, fuck you then. We're going to make our own game. So they started making their own game, and they started making the Outer Worlds, and it's essentially like space, if you will. It's like space exploration, but it's like Fallout version of a space exploration.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it looks fucking great.
Looks really cool.
Like I don't know if I can bring it up on here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I'm gonna put it out. Can I not? I did it before. Why is it not working now? What if I go and... No. I can't fucking do it. Let's see, we did it before. We had the fucking screen up on there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because that was plugged in the opposite way.
Well, don't worry about it.
So, yeah, we'll figure this out one day.
Yeah,
We'll have everything how we need to do. But if you get a chance, go on YouTube and check out the Outer Worlds. I'll show Colton it real quick. So he can get an idea of what the fuck's going on. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, that's the wrong thing anyway. You might have to look it up on...
I've read it.
That's fine.
There you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? One question first. Are you feeling anything that can be construed as explosive cell death? No? Wonderful. Let's get started.
Yeah, I wish I could figure out how to bring it up. We'll have to use the webcam next time.
So the corporations bought it, rented it, and started selling it at ludicrously inflated prices. And the rest of your fellow settlers? Abandoned on the edge of the colony. I I'd say for myself.
Very
the boss got a
Fallout-like.
bounty on my
Wait, they
head.
made him sit and follow
I
away.
love it.
But yeah, they switched made this game like as a fuck you, like fine,
Yeah.
we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Look, I get it.
That's great.
Taking on the corporation is
That
left
looks
us with
a
two
lot of
choices.
fun.
I have to shoot either one, right?
I'll be keeping an eye on this, definitely.
But it's
Is
fine.
there a release date
I
for
get
it?
Want to turn that thing down? Why are we still echo? Oh, was it my bad?
Yeah, that's on your end.
I was like, why do I hear myself a little bit?
Just 2019 as of right now.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's coming out soon, but we're not entirely sure when.
Yeah.
But it looks fucking great.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
You've been playing the Resident Evil 2 remake, haven't you?
Nah, I'm
No.
probably gonna buy it tonight. Actually.
Yeah?
I'm thinking I'm either gonna get that or that. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Oh,
I think it came out today.
did it?
Yeah, it's like a Dark Souls
So-
Bloodborne-esque. I'm between the two.
When
I'm
I
not
got the
which
Game
one.
Informer magazine, and I saw the ad for it, and I saw the trailers for it on YouTube, I'm like, it looks great.
Mhm.
With the newest trailers released, I'm not as happy about it now, because I don't know, it just looks. Looks like I'm not gonna enjoy playing it.
Let's see. I'm gonna check out review score. Go with IGN, even though
They're paid.
they're. Yeah, we'll see what they say about it.
So okay, so I'm gonna say right here while he's looking up reviews and that on this game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say spoilers for the next 3-4 minutes. I don't know how to. I don't know. We had when the paper goes down.
I'm not gonna read about the review.
Well, no.
The paper goes down.
The paper goes down to people for people on camera. When paper goes down, it's spoilers over. For the Avengers: Infinity War.
Yes. I'm pumped for the new one.
For Endgame.
I'm
So-
pumped.
I never was a big fan. I remember the last superhero movie I watched was The Dark Knight, back with what's his name is the Joker.
I gotta score with that one, but I'll tell you that.
What's it? Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Back with that one. So that was but at that point, I know I got 9.5. So at that point, I was like, I don't know, I'm not into superhero movies. I guess it's like I remember watching like the original Spider-Man, not the ones that go with the DC universe now. The original Spider-Man,
Yeah,
the ones
yeah.
with
Tobey Maguire.
yeah. But so I was watching the Avengers: Infinity War, and I'm like, everyone's talking about it. Everyone in Rooster Teeth was talking about it. I'm like, I gotta watch it.
Mhm.
I don't care if I don't like it. I gotta watch it. So I popped up, dude. That was a fucking phenomenal movie.
It was really good.
It was really
Yeah.
the only thing I see. My problem with a lot of these superhero movies is that everything can be solved in like 5 minutes, and they just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't Thor aim for Thanos' head? Why? Why would you aim for the body? Why would you go? Why would you
Yeah,
go for a
you
body
know.
shot? You're the fucking god of thunder, and you went for a fucking body shot.
Yeah. But
Like-
for movie's sake,
I know.
you know.
But that's
I get what
that's
you're
my
saying,
problem
though.
with a lot of like superhero movies is that stuff could be done in 5 minutes, but it wouldn't make a good movie at that point.
Yeah.
But so I'm watching the movie and I get through the whole. I was getting through the whole thing where it was like, what? So like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel good, and I'm like, no, the feels,
Yeah. It hits you.
and I'm like, and I got to the credits and that, and I started off in that. And
Mm-hmm.
I go to work the next day and I'm like talking to Josh. I'm like, dude, this fucking movie's great. Like, I actually excited about a superhero movie. Like, I bet it's
Yeah.
not happening with me. I could care less. I don't care. It's fucking, who cares? But I can't wait for Endgame to come out.
Have you seen Captain Marvel?
No.
You need to.
Why? Is it tied
It's
with the
gonna
story?
tie directly in.
Is it?
Apparently, and I can't say because we left before the credits. Apparently, one of the credit scenes is like early on in Endgame, but like directly from.
Yeah. So speaking of that, to prove a point of how long it's been since I watched one of those movies, I didn't know there was fucking videos in the credits.
See, I knew that.
I
Like,
didn't.
The lights came on in the theater, so I'm like, oh, okay, we must be good. Me and Marissa leave.
Yeah.
I get home. I'm looking up, some reviews, seeing what people thought of the movie, and they're talking about these 2 scenes in the credits.
Yeah.
I'm like, son of a bitch.
So I didn't know that. So I was here on Netflix and I was watching it, and I watched it. I was like, this is great. Went to work the next day. I was talking to Josh about it, like, oh, I fucking love it. I said, I don't understand though. I said, why did they only show when Thanos goes? Oh, that's if you want to do waste to explode, isn't it? I mean, obviously, it's all over the fucking internet. At this point. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So he snaps, and I'm like, why does it only show like the heroes getting back? Like, what about all the fucking people in the city? He's like, oh, you didn't watch the fucking credits? I'm like, no, who watches the fucking credits of a movie?
That
like,
I saw.
Like, who watches the credits? Like, yeah, some shit happens in all those movies. I'm like, are you serious? He goes, yes. Well, I have to go back and watch the movie again because I'm not going to put the movie on and, well, I'll watch the fucking movie again.
I'm sure they're on YouTube.
Oh, I know I could, but I mean, I'm going to watch the fucking movie again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so now I have to go back and I have to go watch it again because I don't know what happens out there in the movie because I know that, like, you know, like Thanos is like something and they just disappear. But it's like, so what the fuck happens to that movie? Where do they go?
Gone.
Where though? Like, they have to go somewhere.
I think Endgame is gonna, expound on that. They're gonna go into more depth. But you're definitely gonna want to see Captain Marvel.
Is it out in theaters?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk about it.
Real good movie.
Okay,
Real good. You see Aquaman?
No.
That was good too.
I don't know, man.
That
I was
was good.
real sketchy about that movie.
Me too. In the beginning, it was kind of corny, in my opinion. But once the female lead comes in, her and Jason Momoa have some real good chemistry.
Uh-huh.
And it's
real
just
good chemistry.
real good chemistry. Real good movie. That was awesome.
No, I haven't. I saw it and I'm like, ugh, it's Aquaman.
It's good. It's good. That's kind of what I thought.
It's
I was
Aquaman.
Like,
Like,
fuck
who
it,
gives
let's
shit?
go see it. Like, it was good. I'd see it again. I don't do that.
Because I'm so used to the stupid Aquaman from like the cartoon
like
series.
SpongeBob and shit.
Well, no, like the cartoon, like back when like the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
when he was like really like a sissy, like, for lack of a better word, like a sissy boy.
Yeah,
So I didn't watch it, but
that's good.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet?
Yes, and I stopped.
Okay,
And
so
some
spoilers for
people
anybody. I'm not holding the paper anymore. Spoilers for anybody who doesn't want to hear about Red Dead
Some
Redemption 2.
people aren't
But
gonna like that, but great world. I mean, incredible depth, incredible world building, but it was just a whole lot of empty. I didn't even finish the campaign. I got like 3/4 of the way through.
Near have I.
And I stopped. I was
got
bored.
to a point where I thought I was almost close to the game, close to with done, and I was talking to one of my friends at work, and he's like, "Dude, you're not even like a quarter of the way there." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Did you know you can find Satan in the game?
No.
Yeah, there's a cave dweller that if you go to a certain cave, you can hear him. He'll talk to you. He won't show his face. You can't get to the cave.
Yeah.
And he'll show his face. Or he won't show his face. He'll talk to you, and he's really weird. He's like, come back in like so many days if you want to, you know. And if you go back, and he'll like, why are you fucking back? And he'll show his face, and his hair goes up to like that, like those two little spikes.
Yeah.
He's a really old dude dressed in his really weird robes and clothes. Like, it's obviously like robes that he made in that era, but not. They weren't normal.
Yeah.
For that era. And eventually you can actually climb up there and go inside and see him, and he'll get a closer look at him. And he speaks really weird. But there's all kinds of secrets in that.
Yeah, I mean, the game's fun, but there's just so much out.
Yeah,
right
that's
now, and I didn't.
That's the thing. Is
put
like
so much time
before,
into something that just felt empty.
it was the ending of movies before. Like, there was nothing good out. And now there's like all this good shit's coming out. You don't have enough time to be like, oh, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch this. Like, seeing in games, like there's all this good shit.
Recently, I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I love that. I didn't finish it yet. I need to. Anthem came out.
How's Anthem? Uh-oh.
I have a love-hate with it.
Uh-oh.
I have a love-hate. I kind of stopped playing it. I got a little bored, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what kind of figures gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun at first, but it's a lot of like the same shit over and over.
That's how No Man's Sky was. I'll show you that. So I have it down on my computer. I'll show you that before you leave.
I didn't play that.
I
think you were telling me about it.
Yeah, it's good. It's just it's not worth the $50.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Like, they promised so much more than what actually came with it.
That happens a lot of times now. You see these trailers on E3 and shit, and everything looks incredible, and then you get the actual game, like with the Watch Dogs, the first one. The E3 trailers were nuts. The game looked insane, and then you get the actual game, and it's like, that's a letdown. That could have been so much more. You promised so much more.
So I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this too,
Mhm.
but I'm one of those people where like I can't afford games all the time. I really can't. Between bills and stuff like that, I can't go out and be like, oh, I want to buy this new game. Or
Gotta
something.
pick and
Yeah,
choose.
Yeah, I gotta pick and choose
you
what I want to do. So I watch a lot of people play games. I know a lot of people fucking hate that. A lot of people are like, oh, it's you're not getting the same fucking experience from it. It's like, well, yes and no. I said, yeah, I'm not getting the same experience.
You're
as
not getting
playing
that
it,
firsthand, but you're still
but-
experiencing
yeah.
the story and
yeah, so
the events that
not going
happen.
to change the game. It's like
Yeah.
the game, the end of the game is still going to be the same fucking end of the game.
Mhm.
I don't know if technically we have to talk like when we talk about like the Resident Evil remake. If we have to say spoilers, because it's a fucking remake. The game's been out for fucking.
It's not January it came out.
Yeah, but
I mean, neither
but,
of us have played it.
but
so
the
we can't
first
really
one,
spoil
the
it.
Resident Evil 2 came out in like
Oh, yeah.
fucking.
I mean, that was
That was a long
wasn't that
time ago.
PS1?
Like
I
if
think
you
that
if you
was-
haven't played the game yet and you're like, oh, I haven't played it, it's not my fucking fault.
Yeah.
But Red Dead Redemption 2, have you played online yet or no?
Nah, I mean,
I've been
I think I deleted it off my console. To be
Yeah?
honest with you,
I've been meaning to, but I haven't gotten there yet. Where I've been playing online because I just everyone's like, oh, it's a Grand Theft Auto, but I'm like, yeah, it's a Grand Theft Auto. Like, yeah. So it's like every time you log in, you get sniped in the face and you're done. That's it. It's over. Go back to fucking.
If I'm playing online, I'm either playing Rocket League or Apex Legends,
Yeah.
which is insane.
That's for next week. That's
Game
actually
is
that's
so
actually good.
good. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, we play it.
Okay. Because I haven't played it yet. Because
So
I haven't
good.
got time yet. I guess.
So
Today, I would have had time today. If this was all set up today, like I would have had time today. But
Yeah.
I just didn't. Tomorrow, I have tomorrow.
I'll get you my info so you can play.
I have the Apex Legends. So you mean like your game?
Oh, you don't need it actually because it's free to play.
Yeah, it's free to play.
Yeah, you don't even need it.
Have you seen the trailer for Battlefield 5?
I mean, the trailer game's out.
I'm thinking 6 that just came out.
5 just came out. I have 5.
5 just came out, right?
Yeah.
Just recently.
Very recently. Not very, but yes, recently. Like
That's the one where it's based off World War II, not the first one was based off World War 1. There's a
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 that came out now. There's Battlefield
right,
5.
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Maybe, I was making sure
Yeah.
I'm right. I wasn't like saying
Yeah.
a game that already came out a long time ago. I don't remember much of the trailer because I haven't watched it in a fucking long time.
Got a lot of shit.
But like,
Got a lot of shit.
really,
Because they had female soldiers fighting the
Oh,
front
they
lines,
never-
which
never
didn't
had-
happen.
yeah.
So
But the-
I get both sides of that because like people want a historically accurate game, which I get. At the same time, who the fuck cares? Like,
yeah, that's my point.
Does it
That's
affect you on a personal level? Like,
No.
if you don't want to play it, and it's the story is when it forces you. Other than that, multiplayer, you have an option. You could pick male or female, and you don't have to play as a female. So what, if you're not going to buy a game because of that,
I
like,
might, see if I can buy it one of these days just to get it to play because I'm kind of interested in it.
I
I
can-
love
I
World
can game
War
share it
II.
with you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I have a visual.
But I fucking like. I didn't know there was a lot of shit cities because I know that they did that with Battlefield 1, where they got a lot of slack again because they had female characters. It's like there was no female fighters, and if there were, not on the American
Not-
side,
And not on the front line.
and on the front lines, but there were very few that were front lines fighting, but they weren't working. They weren't fighting for us. I don't think. Except for buffs and
Yeah.
It's getting yelled at all the fucking time on the internet. Those people are upset about the game for the inaccurate World War II representation. When the reveal of the trailer was released, a British soldier with a katana on his back, for example, players became vocal about it and critiqued EA. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Exactly. That's my point. Like, who gives a shit?
Well, I guess with Battlefield 5, when they did do it, the devs went on Twitter and whatnot, and they did attack people, calling them uneducated and things like that. They did. I remember reading stuff about
Really?
that. They did personally.
Oh, really? So,
attack
EA,
people.
so right? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But here's my thing, though. Like, without getting too politically incorrect, or without getting too politically involved in this conversation, I'm going to start this and stop this right here. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. That's my stance. On
If you
it.
don't agree with something, that is something that's not a bad. It's not a bad thing to the point of where it's like there's no harm to anybody. There's no,
Mhm.
nobody's physically getting hurt. Nobody's physically, no one's circling you out. I mean, I'm attacking you personally.
Yeah.
not your feelings personally, but personally to like, you know, someone like literally like EA was like this person,
Mhm.
you know, like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Just enjoy fucking
The
life.
game is fun. It's a fun game. It really is.
I'll have to,
I enjoy the shit
I'll
out of
have to give it a try.
I don't play shooters a lot anymore. It's all I used to play, and I got burnt out. But when I play, I'm either playing Apex
Also,
or
like my cousin who
Battlefield.
gave us the sponsor this
Mhm.
week, he used to do MLG tournaments. He used to fly out to like Las
Wow.
Vegas or shit
That's
like
awesome.
that and actually do the tournaments.
Wow.
I think his team came in like, I think he finished like 5th or 6th. Like he didn't get any money. They
Still.
got some stuff for, it, but they didn't get any money.
Those tournaments are intense. I used to watch Rainbow Six Siege.
I used to watch
tournaments
a lot of
online.
it. It was the Halo 3.
I never got
shit.
into, I was never really big into Halo.
Really?
Really, yeah. I was never.
I fucking love Halo.
I mean, I played them because when I was in Texas, I got the Xbox One. I got like the Halo collection, whatever it was, Master Chief collection or whatever. Like I played them all, but I don't know, not my
Dude,
cup
the
of tea.
storyline's so good. I love that. Like, don't get me wrong. It's definitely not. It's for lack of a better word, it's your Expendables movie of video games.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it is by no means the perfect plot, the perfect story, the perfect development. You know, but it's entertaining as shit.
Shit. I get why people like it.
Yeah.
Totally understand. Just not for me.
But like it's definitely your Expendables type of movie where it's overhyped, it's over this, but it's good. Like
Yeah.
the game is great. Like I think that like Halo was one of my favorite franchises ever was released. And then when they made Halo, Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3 ODST, which I fucking despise with a fucking
That was the
passion.
first one I played.
That's why you
ODST.
fucking hate it.
That was the first one I ever played.
And then what? Halo 4, Halo 5, that we're working on now.
I think so.
Or Infinity, whatever the fuck it's called. Halo Infinity, I don't know, they're working on something. But Halo fucking 3 ODST, like, why was it necessary? Like, so the whole game, for anybody who doesn't know, you should at this point.
Halo
if-
Infinite.
Yeah, if you don't know at this point, I don't know what you're fucking doing, but Halo was about this character named, his character classified as John 117. Nobody knows anything about him. He's a very mysterious person. Doesn't know what race he is, what anything. Obviously, we think he's human. We can pretty much say he's human, I guess, but we don't know because every time he takes his mask off, it's off camera.
Yeah.
So the whole series is based around him fighting the Covenant and fighting all the and defending all the Halos and stuff like that. So why the fuck did it seem it necessary to make a fucking game about a fucking regular police officer that's a ground troop that has nothing to do with the Master Chief? Like, I don't think you ever see him once in that game.
Right.
If you do, it's like for a few minutes and then it's right back to like nobody. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that
Wanna be Master
I want to
Chief.
be the 7 foot 8 foot
Yeah.
tall piece of shit guy that's just gonna rock your I don't want to play as this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I remember buying a game like, oh, the new Halo. No. Getting
Right.
back in the case.
I get them wanting to try something different, kind of like with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
You want to try something new.
Oh, don't
At
start
the same
fucking
time, though,
that.
you also need to listen to what your people that buy your games, your consumers want. I don't think anybody wanted. I mean, not anybody. Most people didn't want 76. They wanted Fallout 5, or they wanted a new Skyrim. Not that.
No. So, let's talk about the E3 trail. E3 from last year, or this year, whatever the fuck last year. Last year it was 2018.
Yeah,
2018.
last year.
The Bethesda E3. Did you watch Bethesda E3 or no? Did you watch snippets of it?
I believe so.
I watched the entire thing from start to finish.
I watched most of it, not like.
I watched the entire thing
Cause
because
I had work and shit, so I would.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh, I
watch
didn't care. I'm
stuff.
like,
I would watch.
I'm like, I
and-
don't care. I stayed up all night and fucking watched the E3 until like whatever 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever the fuck it was, because I had to know what was going on. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like Bethesda is my favorite game company. If they release a game, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
It's never going to be a maybe. No, I'll
You're gonna give
buy
it
it.
a
I'll
shot
try
at
it, and then
least.
I'll
Yeah.
always. And then I'll decide by then if I like it or not.
Yeah.
And I knew that there was leaks about, and they were tossing out little sprinkles of information around the internet about a new Fallout game. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, because there was an ad that came out for it. And we're like, oh, new Fallout game.
Fallout, yeah.
Oh shit.
So hyped.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's gonna be online. And we're like, okay,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
So I remember the one guy asked him, like, do you mean it's gonna be like online where you could be like, oh, like you invite your friends? He's like, no, the game's entirely online. We're like,
Yeah.
why?
No one was clamoring.
Nobody
for
asked that. Nobody, yeah, like everybody. Like, I understand it's hard to to do certain things with games because it's like trust me, I've looked into like programming. No, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But like, what's so hard about like? Because like the best gaming experience for Bethesda would be to create a Fallout or an Elder Scrolls game and allow you to play like the Dark Souls, even if they do it something like that, where you can turn everything on and off.
Mhm.
You can play with friends or you can not.
That's how Anthem does it.
Like, put a single player option in there.
Mm-hmm.
Put a multiplayer option there. Do something like that.
Yeah.
Or like Call of Duty has their single player stories, but it has a multiplayer online thing where it's like, yeah, there's no real story to it, but it's a
It's because everyone likes something different.
Yeah.
Whereas
Or
that they're forcing the
they're
online down your throat.
their perfect game, which I think they could do, would be to take their game and make it where, like, even if you could only invite one person to play with you, just have one. Be perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's mods out there where like they do that order to Skyrim. Like, yeah, I could play Skyrim with somebody else.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as opening a game and like just bam, game works.
Right.
It's not like, oh, I have to download this and put this together and put this in a file and it's like so like why like why
Yeah.
you know that like, Elder Scrolls Online came out and everyone's like, this is terrible. Like this is like it's not. It was a good game.
Yeah.
But like, this is not an Elder Scrolls game. This is not what this is not what it is. And why were they like, let's just do it again? But then the fucking end of E3 with that fucking small fucking hint to the new Elder Scrolls game coming out.
I feel like that was last minute. That was like,
Oh, that
oh
had
shit,
to be.
oh shit, we have nothing. Oh shit, let's throw this together.
Yeah.
Throw a title up.
Like, so
Boom.
I did you play any 76 or no?
No, I won't buy it.
So, again, I love Bethesda. I'll try anything once. Like, I bought the game. I bought the Tricentennial Edition, which came with a map and some other bullshit we got with it.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, I remember watching E3, and my wife was sitting there in the bed with me, and she didn't really care. She was just there because we were going to bed, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching the thing, and I'm like, sitting there, and she's looking at my face. She's like, "You're not happy, are you?" I'm like, "No." Like, but I'm like, I'll buy it. So I buy it. It was like the intro is the best part. I think when you first inside the vault.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's the best part of the game. It feels like a Fallout game. And then you get out of the wilderness and there's no more vaults. And the reason it's like that is there's no fucking NPCs.
Yeah, and that's the heart of those games.
There's
That's
no
the
story.
heart, yeah.
The story you get from is fucking holotapes from like your overseer who's like, oh, go on my mission for me and complete my mission. And you're like, but why? Like, I never met you. I never saw you. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they could have done so much more with it. They just fucking, nah.
Yeah, I refuse to play it.
I don't know.
I won't. If it's ever free on PlayStation Network, I'll get it. That's it.
If it wasn't for the fact that the only fucking game store that I could go sell it to is fucking GameStop, I'd do it.
No one would buy it off you.
I know.
I'm looking forward to Borderlands 3. I don't know if you played.
I played the
those.
first two.
Those are fun. I love those.
Those were a lot
I
of fun.
sunk hours into those games. Hours and hours and hours and hours.
I was always the sniper there. Those were the little skinny ass. Fuck.
Yeah. And they're awesome.
God, we're already an hour and a half in this fucking podcast.
Oh, damn.
So, the last thing we're gonna talk about is I want to talk about what to expect from the podcast from in the future. And like, yeah, there will be more people on here. We will have, as we do it episode to episode, we will get better at like, oh, if we do this way, it'll work out a lot better because
Growing pains.
yeah,
You know?
like I'll be able to have the camera hooked up, because right now, like, we're recording this podcast through a Canon camera. But like Elgato, when I bought all this stuff and did it this way, released a fucking cam link, they call it, where it plugs into your side of your USB, and you can plug the fucking camera into it and it acts as a fucking webcam.
Okay.
But it's like a fucking $135, and I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not fucking spending $135 right now. I don't have that kind of money to fucking do that.
Yeah.
So eventually we'll get that point where we can, like professional
do things like that. Yeah.
Because this looks so much better compared to like a webcam. Like I don't care what my webcam says it's 1080. It's not.
It's not. Yeah.
It's resolution is scratchy and sketchy as shit. It's like what's that? What the fuck is that?
It's dying on me.
So yeah, be prepared for every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give or take a few minutes, because we gotta figure out what people can show up, and hopefully you can be here every week at least.
I should be able to.
Because now we're getting out of this fucking winter season.
And latest
That's
at
why.
work is 7.
But that's why I always started like this, because at this point we're getting out of the fucking winter season. We're
Yeah.
good for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end.
Yeah.
We're just
from June to July, I won't be here.
yeah. Well,
So.
but so it's what? It's a month. It's 4 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I don't want to give exact dates out, but
Yeah.
3 weeks.
So, one thing we talked about is that we're gonna try to do, if there's something like days like that, like we might record 2 or 3 podcasts in a row, just so we have something to put out in this place. Like, even if it's like during that process, if we only ever put out one, whatever, at least we have something else to go out in that week, and it's not just
Yeah.
like we have
Nothing
at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll definitely try to do more stuff too as it goes along, where it's not just us doing this for an hour every day. Like, I understand some people like that, where it's just just chatting. It's just sitting here. But definitely try to like expand on what we do. Like, maybe like once in a while we'll toss like if it's one day like this where we can't get everybody in here or something like that. After we do our normal podcast, we'll throw in me and Cole will sit down and play a game or something like that, and just bullshit while we play a fucking game.
Down for that, I like that.
And just toss it up on YouTube, and just so it's something else to put
I
out.
mean, we're also setting up a Twitter, so once we get that going, anything you guys want us to talk about, let us know, and we could.
To an extent.
Yeah, I mean.
We're not. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
to an
gonna.
extent.
I'm not gonna go on those rants about like political views and shit, because that just
Yeah.
always ends bad.
To an extent, we'll.
I mean, you always have to cross the line at some point.
Yeah. Within fair play,
Yeah.
nothing
Nothing
too crazy
not
far
crazy.
out there, but we'll take suggestions, and if we like them, we'll work them in.
Check out our YouTube. YouTube is. I don't remember off the top of my head if it's because with fucking like Twitch, you have to. There's no spaces. It's underscore. So I don't remember if it's Table Fighters, if it's just.
Search the fucking channel.
It might not. It's so okay. So here's something real quick before we go that I hate about fucking YouTube. You can sort everything to like channel and relevance, so it goes by exactly what it is. If you don't have a fucking video uploaded, it won't find your channel.
Really?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
So just click on here. Switch account. Table Fighters. So yeah, it's just Table Fighters on YouTube. Obviously our logo, as you can barely see on the camera, because for some reason it's not picking this up well. I'll have to figure this out. It's a giant circle with 2 swords in it. It says TF Podcast. You'll see it when it eventually goes up. Every Friday, about 9 p.m. Whether it starts a little later or a little earlier, depending on what time we work. Because sometimes I get out at 9 o'clock. So
Yeah.
if I get out at 9 o'clock, I'll get her at 9:30. By the time I get ready, and it's almost 9:45, 10 o'clock, we might start a little later.
And we could use Twitter to put that info out.
Yeah.
If times change.
But all right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Everybody for tuning in. We hope to see you back next week for another table fight.
Without a doubt. Good shit.